Good evening, guys. This is your Sir DRV again, and welcome back to our Mythic Heroes channel. Alright, so for today, we will talk about the updated lineup for beginners and what should be the best lineup that you should pick. Alright, so I made this video because there are a lot of heroes that was released, and the last lineup that I made was back in November. So this is the best lineup for beginners for January of 2022. All right, so before we start, let me just remind you that I'm actually giving out permanent subscription giveaway. So if you want to join, just click the link on the description below, and also if you want to qualify, just hit that like button and subscribe on the subscription video, and also include your IGN and server number. All right, so let's go. All right, so what do you need to keep in mind to build a lineup for beginners, especially for those F2P? And this also goes with dolphins, or for those players who is just topping up every once in a while. All right, so what you need to keep in mind is heroes that you can use in the Trials of Ascension. So what you need to do is make sure that you have one hero that is magical or do magic damage. That is for the Freet Den. We're talking about main damager, okay? One magic damage, one physical damage for the Rattlebollt, and one AOE damager for the Yggdrasil Well. So those are the three most important heroes that you need to take in mind. All right, so aside from this, you also need to associate it with my tip. You need to have at least one hero per faction. Okay, why do you need one hero per faction? That is because on the Divine Chronicles, you need to complete these stages to get more of those resources. You get a lot of shards for SSR and SR. You get a lot of gems and a lot of fate stones for the free Astrolabe spin. All right, so those are the things that you need to keep in mind. So factoring those things, then let me just show you a good team for beginners, for new players, and also for those free-to-play fish. I'm not worried with the whales because they can just choose their own lineup. They can just choose every 5 same heroes or same factions, no problem. All right, so let's go with the team, and let me give you some example. All right, so the most popular example for physical damager is definitely Susano. All right, Susano is great in early game, mid game, and can do well in late game as well in terms of campaigns. All right, so this is the most popular physical damager. And then let me just tell you something. The hero that you will pick factor as well the end game and PvP. So if you can select a hero that is good for our resources, you need to make sure that it will be good as well in PvP. So in the future, you won't get left behind, okay? One of these example hero that is good for PvP is actually Lubu. So he's a guardian hero. The downside with Lubu is he is actually not that great in early game, and will do average on mid game, but in end game and end game PvP, he's actually a beast. Okay, so together with Tamamo, these two are one of the most sought after in PvP heroes. Okay, so factoring the Trials of Ascension earlier, so you need one magic, one physical, and one AOE. So we have one Guardian and one Virgin. So now we need Light and Shadow Arch. So we need AOE. Alright, so if you're talking about Light, we have one AOE dealer here, which is Zeus. Okay, so this is one of the examples that you can use for the Trials of Ascension. But if you don't want Light Hero to be your AOE, then you can go with the Shadow Arch. There's a lot of heroes here for AOE, like Izanami. Izanami is actually great in campaigns, early game, mid game. She can snowball your team to victory in mid game and in early game, but in end game she actually falls behind with other hero. Another good AOE damage dealer in Shadow Arch is this one, Medusa. Actually, Medusa is very good like right now because she was recently buffed with energy gain restoration, so she can deal or she can stop enemy with her ultimate every so often. So yeah, Medusa is one hell of an AOE damage dealer. Another AOE damage dealer that you can use, this is for those dolphins, is Lilith. Okay, so Lilith can do the only downside to Lilith is you need to make sure she uses the demon form, so you don't want Lubu in your team. So you need to change Lubu to another hero to get the demon form. Alright, so we will tackle most with our free-to-play players and beginners. So I suggest, yeah, this one or Izanami. Okay, next is the Shadow or Luminarch. Okay, so what do we have for Luminarch? So it's up to you if you want your Luminarch to be your healer. So right now we don't have any healer, so you can select one magic damage or two physical damage. You need to adjust your team. So since we don't have any good AOE for or healer, we don't have any healer yet, so I would suggest to remove Tamamo and then get a healer from here. Idun, very good at getting those heroes have their ultimate ready, and Idun will help you gain more resources in the early game because of getting more damage into the bosses. Okay, so Idun is by far one of the best healer in early game and mid game, so use Idun. Alright, next is magic damage dealer, right? So here it is. So you can use Zeus, or you can change Lubu to this one, Susano or Artemis. And then on the Guardian side, you need magic, then go for GM. So another popular pick, GM, because GM is good in early game, mid game, and can do fairly well or average in end game as well. Okay, next, since you have your 1, 2, 3 damage dealers for Shadow Arch, Luminarch, and Guardian. Now you need one damage dealers for the Virgin. Okay. The reason why you need one damage dealer to Virgin is for the Divine Chronicles. But if you don't want and you want more of tankiness in your team, then I suggest you just go with another tank. So this is one of my best tip is to get another tank. It can be in the Virgin side. So choose a tank that has a 3-second stun to it. Alright, so let me just show you what I'm talking about when I say 3-second stun. Alright, so where are you, Gaia? Okay, so on the Divinity, there is what we call a skill, the Immortality Resonance. So what it does is when this hero is killed, it will stun nearby enemies for 3 seconds. So this will help you or your team to gather more energy in order for you to win the fight, because more ultimate is more ways to win the fight. So my example is Gaia and Athena. Actually, you don't need to enhance their levels. You just need to learn the Divinity Resonance and also increase the weapon. That's it. Focus your SR foods to your damage dealer, which is, for example, light. Athena is light and Artemis is light. Focus your SR foods to Artemis. Leave Athena 2 plus 0. Just learn the resonance. Okay, another example is Anubis. Where are you? Here, Anubis. So Anubis also have that resonance, so it will be fine. All right, so another unorthodox suggestion from me is to go with Oberon. So not only Oberon will do semi-tank to you, he actually also have that resonance, and also he can help you with the Divine Chronicles, right? So you have your main healer. Here you actually can separate or make them average in terms of enhancement. So you can, let's say in the early game, you can make Idun plus 10 and Oberon plus 10. It's up to you. So it's actually fine because you don't need much enhancements for healer. So yeah, this is the best example of a beginner lineup, and new player, I suggest you follow my tip on how to select your main lineup. Okay, so if you want to tweak something here, let's say for AOE you can go with Izanami, or if you want this one, Medusa, then go for it. I think Medusa will help you out, but for more AOE damage, Izanami is better. And if you don't want more range, that you want a hero that can jump to other or jump to the enemy at the beginning of battle, then go with Susanoo. Alright, so this is by far one of the best lineup for F2P, I would say. Another suggestion, if you want to go for more into PvP but still have those essence of getting more resources, then go with Lubu. And then for magic damage, go with Zeus. Okay. All right. So I think we're all good. So that is my tip for all of those new players who is just in the first week or second week of the game. So that's how you pick your lineup, and this is actually an updated lineup, right? So another example, if you don't want Lubu and you just want to have another another physical damager but a ranged one, I would suggest go with this one, the new hero. The new hero, Archimedes, is actually good at doing damage and also have that debuff that removes or not remove that lower down enemies defense, so good for boss fights as well. All right, so yeah, that's it, and I hope you've learned something for all of those new players who is messaging me and commenting in the YouTube comment. This is the new lineup for you. Okay, this is how you create your lineup and focusing more into the future. Okay, so that's it. Thank you very much, guys. I hope you've learned something, and if you're new to my channel, please hit that like button and subscribe. And thank you very much for everyone for supporting me. I love you all. Goodbye for now, and see you on my next video.